Good afternoon, students. So, in today's class, we'll see some more applications of the ultrasonic waves. So, here we go. So, in last class, we have seen up to 6 applications. So, in today's class, we will see remaining applications. So it is the one next one. So cutting and machining of a hard materials by using ultrasonic vibration. So by using the ultrasonic vibrations, we can cut any material and as well as we can machining of a hard materials. And this phenomenon of a cavitation may be used for very numerous industrial applications. So in this process, it involves three things. The first one is a ultrasonic transducer. So in last class I said, so ultrasonic transducer means it converts some form of energy into a ultrasonic vibrations. And the second one is a workpiece, and the third one is a abrasive slurry. So here slurry means a slurry is a mixture of solids denser than water suspended in liquid, usually a water. So that is about a slurry. I repeat again. So a slurry is a mixture of solids denser than water suspended in liquid, usually a water. So for example, if we take a paper slurry, it means it is a mixture of a wood pulp and water. And if we talk about a coal slurry, it is a mixture of coal waste, water and crushed coal. Similarly, like a soil and cement slurry. So that is about a slurry. So here they have mentioned abrasive slurry. So abrasive slurry means, so it is a mixture of abrasive material. So like a silicon carbide and boron carbide suspended in water or oil. And it leads to the development of ultrasonic machine tools capable of cutting glass, ceramics, and hard alloys, etc. And the mechanism in this is, so whenever an ultrasonic vibrator makes the abrasive particles move to and from, rapidly knocking the particles against the surface of the workpiece. And that abrasive slurry is arranged in any desired pattern as per the requirement of the cutting operation. And these particles can destroy the material by chipping off teeny pieces. So that is about the cutting and machining of hard materials by ultrasonic vibrations. And next one is degassing of liquids by ultrasonic waves. So whenever a low energy ultrasonic is sent through a liquid, a gas bubble will be formed, and that bubbles will be produced by uniform microscopic bubbles which are already present in the liquid, and these bubbles will form due to the following two cases. So first one is the expansion of the liquid in the wave gives rise to the negative pressure in the liquid, leading to the emergence of gas dissolved in it, and hence it forms the bubbles. And the second one is a phenomenon of a cavitation. So in this phenomenon, what happens is the frequencies used in the process are 200 kilohertz and 550 kilohertz, and degassing is strongly depends on the frequency of the ultrasonic waves. So we will see the chemical, thermal and biological effects in the next class. Now we will see soldering and welding by ultrasonic. So by using the ultrasonic wave, we can solder the things and as well as we can weld the things. And ultrasonic soldering is a different process than the ultrasonic welding. So ultrasonic welding uses ultrasonic energy to join the parts without adding any kind of a filler material. So we can simply join the any material without using any filler material. And whereas in ultrasonic soldering uses the ultrasonic energy to melt filler material to form a joint. So that is about the difference between the ultrasonic soldering and ultrasonic welding. So in ultrasonic welding, it uses ultrasonic energy to join the parts without adding any kind of a filler material. Whereas in the ultrasonic soldering, it uses some ultrasonic energy to melt the filler metal material which forms a joint. And ultra ultrasonic soldering uses ultrasonically coupled heated solder iron tips. So in these devices, a piezoelectric crystals are used to generate a high frequency of ranging from 20 to 60 kilohertz and the ultrasonic waves in the molten solder surfaces. And these soldering tips can be heated up to 450 degrees centigrade, and this solder tip can melt solder filler metals and forms a joint. So coming to the welding, so it is an industrial technique whereby high frequency ultrasonic vibrations are locally applied to a workpieces being held together under the pressure to create a solid state weld. So we just apply these ultrasonic vibrations under a and workpieces being held together under a high pressure. So it forms a solid state weld, and it is commonly used for the plastics and metals such as aluminum and tin, especially for joining the dissimilar materials. So especially we will use this ultrasonic welding to joining of a dissimilar materials, and the parts are sandwiched in between a fixed shaped nest and a sonotrode connected to a transducer, and a 70 kilohertz low amplitude ultrasonic vibration is emitted, and the ultrasonic energy melts the point contact between the parts as well as in between the creating joint. So that is how we will use ultrasonics for soldering purpose as well as for the welding purpose in industrials. So here we can see the ultrasonic cold welding apparatus. So there we have a ultrasonic transducer. So I already said many times, ultrasonic transducer means which converts some form of energy into a ultrasonic vibrations. And there we have a concentrator and tool and plates to be welded and a stage. So there you can observe the operators for the ultrasonic cold welding. Now we will see the ultrasonic drying. So for drying purpose also we will use the ultrasonics. So normally heat is used to evaporate the water, but that evaporation of water is a very energy intensive process. So it requires about a 2000 kilojoules per kg of energy. So whereas in the drying using by the ultrasonic vibration is a novel approach, and instead of using this heat, the high frequency vibrations of a piezoelectric transducers are used to remove the water from the article. So conventional dyes use heat to dry an article, and during this process the water leaves the article in the form of a cold mist. So cold mist means we can say tiny water droplets suspended into the atmosphere, and that can be carried out with the air stream or reclaimed within the device. So this is how we will use ultrasonic for the drying purpose. So that is for today's class. So in today's class, we have seen the three applications of ultrasonic waves. That is, first one is ultrasonic drying and soldering and welding by ultrasonics. And cutting and machining of hard materials by ultrasonic vibration. And the last one is degassing of liquids by ultrasonic waves. So we have a three more applications like chemical effects of ultrasonics and thermal effects of ultrasonics and biological effects of ultrasonics. So we will see those applications in next class. And also we will see the properties of ultrasonics also in the next class. Thanks for watching.